We just got to Peninsula State Park. I'd like to say bright and early, but it's definitely not bright today. It's overcast and only about 50 degrees. It's a little cool this morning. We're headed to the Eagle Trail, which I'm really excited about. We haven't done this in a couple years. We parked at the Eagle Terrace parking. The trail itself is a 2-mile loop. It's pretty rugged, but it takes you right down along the water, and it's really beautiful. So this part down here is the Eagle Trail Terrace. So we came back to the top of the terrace, and we were down actually in the overlook. Now we're going to take the trail. This is where we start descending down and where it gets pretty fun. Got a cool tree that's leaning over the path here that they cut the branches out underneath. That's pretty neat. It's fairly steep, but not too bad. We can hear the water. Pretty cool rocks here too. Another tree that's kind of on the path. And I can see the waves crashing in through the trees. I'm surprised how loud it is. Bit of a rough morning, the cooler temperatures and the wind. So it did rain 2 days ago, and it's pretty muddy down here. We're gonna try sneaking around here without getting our shoes too bad. Here's another good look at the water, another opening. We know we're still on the path because they have these Eagle Trail things on the trees, so you just kind of follow the path, and if you get lost, look for those. It's another good spot. So we've been walking this pretty much along the water. The trail goes along the water, and it is pretty rough terrain. There's a lot of roots and rocks you got to step over, so it could be really easy to twist an ankle. You want to take your time and be careful. And we just came across this cool thing. I think people have just been putting rocks on this as you go by. Drew, you want to put a rock on? Yeah, this is pretty neat. Uh-oh. And we're pretty sure we're the first ones on the trail today because we're catching all the cobwebs as we walk through. That's pretty cool. Now we're getting into the section that's more rocks. We're like kind of right on the cliff. The other section was a little bit more flat. But now we're like right along the cliff. You really got to watch your step here. Make sure you get on a solid rock. And we're right along the water still. You can hear it. Pretty loud today. This is kind of my favorite part of the hike, as you're right along the cliff with all these rocks, and there's some little caves coming up. Big tree here that fell. Then you start getting these caves. You want to go in there? This one goes all the way through. Pretty neat.
Let's go.
Here's another one. We have passed a couple hikers now going in the opposite direction. So we're not the only ones on the trail today. wind is pretty brutal today. There's a huge hole up there. This looks almost like something from Minecraft. What island is it? What island is it?
Horseshoe Island.
No water runoff here. I don't know if the video is picking it up. Kind of cool. And then we got, my son tells me that's Horseshoe Island out there. Some more cool rocks. Another tree that tipped over but then started growing. Some more water runoff here. This one goes pretty deep. And all the way around. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
Even goes deeper back here. So this part of the trail is really wet. You almost have to kind of step from rock to rock. We did find a little path on the left side, but through here it's really muddy, so we're just gonna have to jump or step from rock to rock and hope not to get our shoes too muddy. All right, we made it to where it splits to another trail. I don't know how you say that. Minnehaha? Minnehaha?
Mm-hmm.
So we want to make sure we stay left here going this direction to get back up to where we parked. So now we need to make the climb back up the cliff. And it is still pretty rocky here. We're kind of at the base of the cliff now, and this is where we'll start kind of making our climb up. We're almost to the top, up to the road. I would say that it's mostly difficult because of the terrain and not really the distance. It's 2 miles, I think it said. It's a loop. When we get up to the road, it actually crosses the road and keeps going. We're going to turn on the road and go to the Eagle Tower. We were at the Eagle Tower yesterday, but there's tons of people. We're hoping it's maybe kind of empty today, and then we can follow the road down to where we parked. But yeah, in terms of difficulty, I'd say mainly it's with footing. You're stepping on a lot of rocks and roots, and it's not very flat. But other than it being a little cool today, it was a beautiful hike. Oh, it was worth it though. You can tell it's windy from your hair. This is cool.